That's all I know.
It's good. There's so many.
Total opposites of the spectrum, but yeah, we could
yeah
all day long for sure.
I mean, he's singing about heartbreak, but the song's got a good beat, you know? I want to dance to it. It's about heartbreak.
That's the thing. That's the tricky thing about music is when it has a good beat.
I feel like he understands that even if you get your heart broken, it's really not the end of the world, because feeling that like depth of emotion on either side of the spectrum is just such a heart-opening experience, and that's really where the growth is. And I think that dude was super wise. He's just trying to be jazzy about it.
Yeah, agree. Preach on, sister.
That's right.
Is there anything that we were talking about, Nikki? Is there anything that we were talking about that you felt like, oh, I need help in this direction?
Oh my God. Yeah. So I just was thinking about how when y'all were talking about how imbalances in the heart chakra show up in the body, and for me personally, I just have very intense heart chakra experiences on the like too open and the not open enough and the balanced side, rolling all three constantly. I'm super heart forward, but like life's complex, so it's always kind of something different. And I also have like my back and my shoulders are just like super tense all the time. It's been something that I've dealt with my whole life. Same with emotional boundaries. And I was just thinking while y'all were talking that I just envisioned the muscles in my back tensing up in an effort to kind of rein me in heart-wise, because I'm so like, here, have it all. Have all my feelings. I want all of your feelings, and I want all your feelings, and yours, and yours, and yours. And I think there's like a little thing in my back that's just like, bring it back in.
Yes.
So that Melaleuca is going to help me out for sure.
Oh,
and with the shoulders, anything that's happening with the shoulders. So in my hypnotherapy school, I took a course called Body Syndromes, and I'm really into the body, mind, emotional connection. It's one of my favorite jams. And the shoulders is about carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. So the thing is when you're opening yourself up to all of these people without the boundaries, there's that part of you that's the nurturer, the giver, the empath that wants to try and fix it and wants to try and help them and wants to try and troubleshoot and problem solve and things like that. But what's really most important is that you got to check in with your own vessel first before you can be of service to other vessels. It's just like the whole using the mask before you go on the airplane before you give it to the kid, because you're no service if you can't breathe. And so the fact that your shoulders are going to be a great indication. So that would be one thing that I would love to work on for you, is like really releasing those shoulders and feeling where and who is coming in the shoulders, and like you can visualize those people as rocks and like chucking them into the ocean. Like it's not your problem. It's not in a lot of things. I mean, obviously you're such a great community leader, and I appreciate what you do so much in the community, but I also get concerned for people that I see in my community to overextend themselves, because you're going to be no good to us if you're hurt. You know what I mean? And so like we need to make sure that you are also in alignment. And it's like I'm preparing for the zombie apocalypse. I'm sorry, guys.
That's all right. We are preparing for a zombie apocalypse. It will happen at one point.
Yeah.
I got my tool bag.
You got your tool bag, and we got our seatbelts on.
I'm over here with some geranium.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll take it all. Yeah, all of that really resonates very deeply with me. And I also appreciated how you were talking about unconscious programming, because I just have some deep unconscious programming around just like a very self-sacrificing brand of nurturing energy. And I think that I've done some pretty good work in this realm, but it's just not something that disappears overnight. I've noticed that like a good baby step for me along the way to learning how to like genuinely care for myself, for myself as the primary beneficiary, is through a vulnerability practice. Because even if I personally still struggle with taking care of me, if I can take that step along the way of asking for what I need from others instead of only prioritizing their needs. That's really been amazing for me. I think one of the most blissful feelings that I've been exploring over the past couple of years is what it feels like to be truly seen and held. And I remember also you were talking about how there's no growth in the blame and shame. But there's also a lot of joy in kind of digging into it, taking the risk of sharing something with someone you trust that you feel shame around. And usually, you know, if that person really loves you and you're choosing wisely, that shame dissolves the moment that you're willing to take the risk and open your heart and be vulnerable with that person. And it's been such a beautiful practice for me that I really love sharing with other people too.
Yes. I love that.
That is so beautiful. Spoken from the heart, like you
I
would
know.
say.
It was
Did you see it coming out of there?
Oh, it's so beautiful. I love that. I love
Yeah.
everything you're saying.
You know, truer words have never been spoken. I mean, we really have to learn how to give to others. I mean, there's so much reward in that. There's so much more reward in just the. I feel like now we're in the heart chakra, we're moving from the me more onto the we. We become more of a we, and that's what really connects us to source, and what's really connecting us to others. I feel like that's the only way we're really going to get through this whole madness that's happening in the world, if we're all just start to do the work on the heart chakra, because that's really where it's at.
I love that. I love that.
Nikki, everything you're saying is like so in alignment with that.
Yeah, I think so. And I really love the idea of the heart chakra as a bridge, both between like the human and the spiritual chakras, but also between, just like you were saying, between the me and the we. And also I think between giving and receiving. I was just so touched when I was speaking about vulnerability from a perspective of how it benefits me to be vulnerable with others and to feel seen. And your interpretation was immediately about how it's important to give. And it's true, vulnerability is such a gift that we get so much out of at the same time. So I think it's just so perfect that it lives in that bridge space. It's even hard to define what the heart chakra really bridges, because there's so many different ways to interpret that metaphor, and I really spending time meditating on that. It's just like endless crop of just like beautiful touching insights from